people talk about manifestation. I talk about the creation process because we're creators and we're creating all the time. What's the end result of that, especially if we deliberately and intentionally create? We manifest something. But the creation process involves a step that if you bypass it, it impacts your ability to manifest your desires. Specifically, you need to ensure that you take this one step, which is to develop certainty. Certainty. So law of attraction gurus and conscious creation experts, and they all advise ridding yourself of all doubt that you can create what matters to you most. You're not supposed to have any doubt at all. However, the focus really needs to be on the opposite of doubt, which is certainty. Certainty. So what is certainty? Certainty is defined as something known for sure or established beyond doubt. It's something certain, a firm conviction that something is the case, or a fact that is definitely true, or an event that is definitely going to take place. So with the certainty that you can and will create what you desire, magic happens. When you have the conviction that you're a creator, you create. So like other creation and manifestation teachers, I often talk about the need to know that you will create what you want. I share with my students and clients that doubt tells the universe that you aren't sure you're a creator and you don't believe in your ability to bring about your desires into reality. But that conversation, I realize now, focuses on doubt rather than certainty. So I've changed the focus of the dialogue. Instead of placing attention on removing doubt, focus on developing certainty, having certainty that you are a creator and you can create what you desire. So I began thinking about this because last week I experienced the power of certainty in the creation process. It was kind of a weird little thing, but it's worth sharing. I began charging this small microphone near the recliner in my office, and I did it the morning before my cleaning crew arrived. And I remember thinking it wasn't really a very good idea to do it then because they're going to come along with the vacuum cleaner, and the little cord, charging cord for the mic is quite short. And I remember thinking about sticking the mic in the pocket of the recliner, but it didn't really reach. So I couldn't remember if I did that or not. Anyway, when they left, I noticed, because my intuition had told me this, I noticed that the mic was still plugged into the power strip, but the little windscreen or foamy cover was missing, right? And I looked for it under the chair and under the furniture nearby, and I checked that pocket in the recliner, thinking perhaps I had tucked the mic in there to avoid getting hit by the vacuum. But this little windscreen was nowhere to be found. I was certain, though, that I would find it. And I say certain because whenever I thought about that small mic cover, I said, I know I'll find it. And I meant those words. And, thinking back, so many times I have lost things and I have had that feeling of, the certainty that I would find it. And I just kept looking and I'd eventually find it. Anyway, a few hours later, I saw that little tiny black windscreen on the recliner seat cushion. Had not been there before. Granted, I reached into the pocket and all that, but I'd been sitting in the chair. Anyway, I have no idea how it got there or why I didn't see it previously. All I know is that I never doubted that I'd find it. I only had certainty. Now, our beliefs are formed by repeated thoughts. We get what we believe every time. And I repeatedly thought with full conviction that I would find that windscreen. So I did. Some call this the law of assumption. The law of assumption, which is based on the idea that you can create your desires by believing they're already yours. You assume they're yours, right? And in this case, you could say, I assumed I'd find that windscreen. But most people struggle with assumptions. They don't know with certainty that their assumptions are accurate. They're just assumptions. Sometimes they can even be false assumptions. So an assumption is the belief that something is the case, even without proof. More often than not, though, your brain wants proof. And so now sometimes assumptions are based on proof. So, for example, you might assume your friend will arrive late because she always arrives at least a little bit late. So there's your proof. The history is your proof. You could say that, past history created the certainty within you that she won't show up on time, but she could show up on time, proving your assumption wrong. And sometimes we assume things about people or about situations, and they are wrong. Most people have no prior experience or proof that they can create their desires. So they don't assume they will. And instead, they assume they won't. In other words, they doubt. But we know that people rise to expectations. Like we're told as parents to be sure we have high expectations for our kids, right? Because they'll rise to them. And the law of expectations says that you eventually get what you expect. In that way, expectations are a lot like assumptions. So you expect you won't pass a math test because you failed before. Or maybe you have the belief that you aren't good at math and you assume or expect that you'll fail. And guess what? When you assume and expect, you create. You could expect to pass the math test and to create your desire. But if subconsciously you don't believe that that's going to happen, you actually expect to fail. And you will fail the math test or fail to create what you want. And therein really lies the rub. Because your subconscious thoughts and beliefs, and as well as your conscious ones, can counteract your assumptions and expectations. If you have any doubt, even doubt you don't realize that you have because it's subconscious, no amount of assuming or expecting is going to help you create what you desire. So, for instance, if you assume or expect that you're going to find the missing windscreen, but your brain says, nah, you won't find that. You've lost many things and not found them. Those cleaning people, they vacuumed it up. That will become your reality, and you're not going to find it. Or let's say you doubt you're a creator, or you have proof that you inconsistently create what you want, not consistently. In that case, you may or you may not create what you desire. But certainty is different. Certainty is different. Recall that certainty is knowing something beyond doubt. Your conscious and subconscious belief, therefore, aligns with the conviction that something is so. In spiritual circles, we sometimes just call this knowing. You know, period. And that knowing involves no doubt, only certainty. Therefore, when you are certain that you are a creator, when you're certain that you are a creator, that is who you are, and you can and will and do create what you desire, that becomes your reality. Comes out of your certainty. Certainty is the step that ensures you create what you want. So stop worrying about how to dispel doubt. Okay? Know that you're already a person who creates what you desire. You have proof. Look around your life at what you have created. Adopt the identity of someone certain they create their desires. Then your mindset and your thoughts and beliefs and perspectives align with who you're being. Who are you being? Someone who has certainty. I talk a lot about identity. That becomes your identity. I'm someone who has certainty. Specifically, you're being someone certain about your identity and ability as a creator, So if you aren't creating what you desire in any area of your life, such as money, health, relationships, or success, know this. You doubt your ability to create what you desire specifically in that life arena. So wherever it is that you're not creating what you want, you have doubt. That said, you might possess certainty about being a creator. That's why it's always good to work on feeling certain about that identity. First and foremost, I am a creator. I am a creator. Uncover the beliefs that cause doubt. Replace them with certainty. Then watch yourself become a powerful and consistent creator. That's it. Replace your doubt with certainty, and you will create what you desire consistently. So I'd love to know, do you have certainty about your ability to create what you want? Do you have experiences where your certainty caused you to create something? And maybe you have situations where you doubt it and you see how that caused you to not create what you wanted. I would love to know the answer to those questions or to hear your comments, so do that down below. And if you're new to me, I am Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am a certified high performance coach, an intuitive transformational coach, and an author coach. I'm the founder of the Inspired Creator Community and the Nonfiction Writers University. And what I do in all my coaching is I love to help people get from where they are to where they want to go by getting out of their own way, by getting out of their own way. And how do you get out of your own way? You do that with personal growth and spiritual growth. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. We're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're this duofold being. And so I very holistically like to work on both aspects of who you are. I primarily do that in the Inspired Creator community and with my transformational coaching. But I also do it with the high performance coaching. In any case, I believe that we have to work on our personal and spiritual growth in order to reach our potential, to get out of our own way by choosing to be the type of person who takes the actions to create what matters to us. I believe we are creators, all of us. We create all the time with our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our actions in the world. We're constantly creating. We're not creating intentionally, so we create a lot of stuff that we don't want. But it's possible to create what you do want. And that's what I focus on. So if that's of interest to you, you can click on the link above, which tells you 3 different ways you can work with me. The Inspired Creator community is not always open. As I shoot this video, we just closed the doors, and this would be the last week I would let anyone in for 6 months. So if you've missed that opening, then look for the next, to get on my mailing list and make sure that, and you can do that on my website by signing up for anything there that's free. Just get on my mailing list and you'll then know when the doors open again, but they'll open again in August 2025. Anyway, but you can work with me as a high performance coach or a transformational coach or an author coach, any of those things, anytime during the year. So know that. And again, the link is up above for the 3 different ways that you can work with me. And if you have questions about any of that, like how to work with me or what program's best for you, then you can click on the second link, which is to have a quick talk with me, 15-minute chat on Zoom or by phone. And let's see if we're a good fit to work together and if one of my programs is right for you. And until I talk to you next time, as always, go out there and achieve more inspired results.